This podcast is proudly sponsored by Player Care and Support Services. Go to www.pcss.ltd to find out more.
Hi, I'm Tracey.
Hello, I am Debs.
And together we are
Your pitch.
or mine.
Hello, Tracey. How are
Hello,
you?
Deborah.
How's it hanging? I know it's Sunday. It's a rainy Sunday.
It is. It's bloody miserable. I got caught outside, so I thought I was going to have a perm, but it's a bit fluffy instead.
But fluff's not bad, Hen.
Well, it's not.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who is listening, wherever you are, and in whatever platform. But welcome back to another crazy episode.
Yes.
Today we are going to talk, obviously, about the World Cup that's still going on. And yes, we are still not in
without us.
Without us. Sadness.
I know.
But we move. It's okay. It's okay. We've got
okay.
over it.
Yeah.
We will still hang
We're
the
still
flag
proud
high.
Scottish people.
100%.
Yes.
So, Tracey, what's been happening in the World Cup then?
Well, there's been some good games. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen Argentina and Cape Verde.
Oh, you like the Cape Verde?
Oh, I've fallen in love with their goalkeeper. Rosina. Oh, he's just great. He started off with about 50,000 followers on Instagram, and he's now up to 17 point something million, maybe more. Yes, everybody's fallen in love with him and the team. So they took Argentina to extra time. Ended 3-2 to Argentina. You know me, I know Messi is like one of the best. I have got nothing against his footballing ability, but no a Messi fan. So even more so, I wanted Cape Verde to go through. But honestly, like some of the saves this guy made were unbelievable, and it was worth staying up for. Because they kicked off, I think, about 11 o'clock. So it was worth staying up for. So they're sadly out, but they've had a hero's welcome back as well.
Nice.
So that's been lovely. Watched the Paraguay and France game last night.
Oh, yeah. Where does that go?
Well, there was a couple of little fights.
Oh, nice.
I like a wee ding dong.
A wee handbag at dawn with the bairn.
And I've got to say, some of the fouls the Paraguay players made on the French players were disgusting.
Now, wait. Am I right in saying who the referee was?
I can't remember his name.
The same referee against Scotland and Morocco.
Oh, was it? Was that the same one? Oh, that kind of explains it then. He just lets things go. Yeah, some of it was just disgraceful. And it felt like they were going out to hurt them rather than it just they were being physical.
Right.
So, yeah, that wasn't nice to see. Obviously, France went through with a 1-0. They got a penalty, which is quite surprising that they got the penalty. Considering everything else that happened. But yeah, obviously we've got England and Mexico at 1 o'clock in the morning. Arriba! I think Mexico is going to be difficult for them. So I think if they get through this, then I think that'll be great for them. But I think it's going to be a really difficult one for them. All the Mexican support were outside their hotel. They've had to get moved down the road because they were beating horns and all that kind of stuff, trying to keep them awake. But I'm sure they're probably in bed with their headphones on and keeping the noise out and not bothered.
Sitting at the bar getting fished.
Yeah. Obviously, Brazil and Norway is before that. That's on at 9 tonight.
I'm just
So it'll be
looking
interesting to
at.
see how that goes, because you've got obviously Haaland for Norway.
Well, like,
Well, did you? I don't know if you've seen, because you know, in fact, we actually watched that yesterday, White Chicks.
oh, the movie.
Oh, love that. And you know the bit where, I can't remember the actor's name. I think he does America's Got Talent. I think he's the guy, he's like the Ant and Dec, America's Got Talent. Well, it's obviously not the Ant and Dec because there's only one of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But you know what I mean, the presenters. So he's in the car with obviously the one pretending to be one of the sisters, and he's doing the you know that song, making my way, that one, right? I'm sure nobody knows what the song, but if you've seen the movie, you'll know. And somebody had done a mashup with Vinnie Jr. and Haaland. Right? It was brilliant. And Haaland, and it just goes to show what how good he is. He was like, we need to recreate this.
Right. I'm going to find it.
So I am excited for that recreation.
Always with hair doing.
Oh, it's so good, but I thought, you know, what a good sport you are, because somebody could have got offended with that, but I love the fact that he just went with it. And he really went up on my estimation with that.
It's on Instagram.
Aye. So that was good. So yeah, obviously Congo went out as well, so it was kind of gutted, but it was nice to see that Rocky was over with the team as well, and kind of being allowed to be part of that as well. So that was good. But Debs, did you know?
Did I know?
That there have been, wait till I get my little post-it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 resignations and one sacking. Yes, in this World Cup. So obviously we know about the Tunisian manager, because he got sacked after the 5-1 drubbing that they got, and he was away. Germany managers resigned. The Netherlands managers resigned. Obviously we know about Scotland. You've got South Korea. Now they got such a shitty welcome back. Like, it was hostile. Bang out order. Then you've got the Czech manager, Saudi Arabia and Ecuador have all resigned.
Oh my Lord.
So
what's happened?
Crazy stuff. But anyway, and then you've got Riyad Mahrez, who plays for Algeria. So he's hung up his boots now for international football, and he's looking for a new club as well. Yep. He's married to Taylor Ward. Oh,
the housewife daughter. Was he not playing in Saudi Arabia? Roughly.
Yeah. So he's looking for a new club as well. And there's rumours, people are saying that Ronaldo's sister has claimed that after this World Cup, he's going to hang up his boots for international football as well.
Well, I think you kind of have to. I think when you seen his wee face after scoring that, he's apparently scored it.
I know.
I think it was maybe seeing his face. It was like one of the, well, it's the last time I've got to be doing that. I think it's understandable, for God's sake. It's not the to money.
So it's interesting to see how that unfolds and how far Portugal get.
Is there another person coming up that's as good as him for Portugal? Or is he the goat?
I don't really know the Portuguese team that well, to be fair. Like, I know Bruno, because obviously I like Manchester United, and he's the captain at Manchester United. I think he's a fantastic player.
I thought you meant Bruno Mars.
No. And then you've got Ruben Diaz as well for Man City. He's in the Portuguese side. He's defender. He just split up with Maya Jama as well just before the World Cup.
Who's that?
I was actually quite gutted about that. I thought they made quite a nice couple.
Who's she?
My God, you don't know who Maya Jama is, Debs?
No idea.
Oh my God, we're going to have a day together.
They tell me she's a TikToker.
She hosts Love Island.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Ah,
You and your bloody Love Island.
it's movie night
Please,
tonight, and
help
I've
me.
actually got my popcorn. John brought me popcorn.
No, Tracey. Tracey,
I'm going to have
Tracey.
to just watch Brazil and Norway after it's gone off, because you can't miss movie night. And I end up looking on Instagram and then I see all the clips, so then it spoils it for me, so I have to watch it at the time.
Tracey, you need to start drinking again.
I do have my Corona Zero for tonight.
You got Brazil and Norway the night, is that it?
Brazil and Norway,
Tonight's-
and then 1
tonight's
o'clock in
games.
the mornings, you're England and Mexico.
I like the being. Oh, that's American.
So I'd love to see, I'm desperate to see all the kind of sick notes tomorrow.
The US, they are playing at the same time. Oh no, that's Tuesday, sorry, I beg your pardon. Shut up,
Yeah.
Dave, but you tool.
Yeah, they're an early morning one too.
Portugal, Spain tomorrow at 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
that's huge.
Holy moly. Then
I would rather see
Tuesday,
Portugal win.
Argentina.
I would
No.
rather see Portugal win. That's how I would like to win. So I'm sorry, Portugal, because that's probably ruled you out now because I've supported you.
Keep shouting, Tracey, keep shouting.
No,
I just love
quite like
Spain
it.
as a country. And
Oh yeah, no, I mean they're a great they're great with football as well. Like even the women's team as well are great. We've got a few Spanish players at London City as well. So but yeah, I think it's just if it's going to be Ronaldo's last, I'd quite like him to go out on a high.
that'd be nice.
Lucy said to me the other day, "You're obsessed with Ronaldo," and I was like, I'm not. He's like too much of a pretty boy for me, but I think he's just world class. Just to be at 41 years old and still playing at that level and have that mentality and crazy.
So who's better than Ronaldo or Messi?
Ronaldo for me.
Really? Aye. Even though Messi's he got that big award and all that.
Well, he looks like he's going to get the golden boot. But yeah, I still think Ronaldo for me.
I tell you, I think has been no bad, sort of like in the background. Nobody's been shouted as Colombia. I think they've got a wee decent shoot.
Yeah, you tend to find like the South American teams have they've got a lot of good players.
They are all about like your grassroots, like what you always say, and the academies and like the training that they get for a young age. I mean, I think there's an old like 17-year-olds playing for Colombia in this tournament, well, World Cup, whatever you would call it.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know if you saw the Kevin Bridges programme.
That was so good.
It was really good. And it was in Cafu's house as well, and just watching, like they're so passionate about football.
I mean, these wee laddies
they've not
are running
forgotten what football's
on.
all about. They just haven't forgotten what football's all about.
Running about with no shoes on bloody solid sandy concrete. The tricks that they were doing, unbelievable, so good.
Oh,
and in that bloody heat,
yeah,
folk are moaning their tits off that fucking. We're having a wee sort of heat wave now. Christ, all bloody right.
Oh, I know. Actually, talking of tricks, back to Cape Verde, their goalkeeper Vizina, who I just adore. He was he saved a ball, right? He saved a shot, and then he started doing like keepy uppies. I was like, this is brilliant.
Did he kick it behind his head?
Oh dear.
What else we got to? So Portugal, Spain tomorrow. Is there only one game tomorrow then?
Well, there's two technically because one's obviously early in the morning.
1 o'clock. And then Tuesday it's the US of A.
Yep.
Belgium.
Yes.
Right. Right, let's get a wee round up here for anybody that's interested. Probably not giving a fuck. Yeah. Argentina, Egypt, as you say. Then you've got Switzerland, Colombia, Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Then, excuse me. We jump to Thursday and it's Le France, France and Morocco.
That should be an exciting game.
And then it goes into the Fridays, whoever plays whoever.
Amazing.
No got that yet. So there's still a lot to play for, like teams still out there. Come on, Mexico. So talking about so what did you say, many managers have fucked off? Or sorry,
seven resignations and 1 sacking.
6 or 7.
Get down with the kids, Debs. Get down with the kids.
I think that's gone. That's 6, 7.
I have no idea what it was even about.
Somebody's height, apparently. I think some basketball. I think I'm not sure. Comment if I'm talking shite, but I think it was something to do with some basketball player's height, and somebody didn't care if he was 6 or 7. I don't know. I think either my nephew's telling me a load of shite, but that's probably is a load of shite. That's what he would do. We get. So managers, well, obviously we need a new one.
Yeah.
And I've just read on the BBC Sport. Do you want me to tell you who?
Go on.
Former Hibernian and Kilmarnock manager. Tell me who that is, Tracey.
Oh, it's got to be a joke. It's got to be a joke. Bobby Williamson, seriously.
He has put himself forward for the job as Scotland head coach, leading a dream team of Ali McCoist, Scott Brown and Kevin Thompson.
I like all 3 of them, right? But yeah. Bobby Williamson, I'm sorry, your time has passed.
The 64-year-old, who has previously managed the Kenyan and Ugandan national sides, admits, "I'm not going to excite the Tartan Army, but thinks his backroom team could." McCoy's managed Rangers, obviously. And then it goes on about, "I'm not going to excite the Tartan Army, I know that for a fact, but maybe with these future international coaches getting a go at it, that might excite them because of what they achieved with Scotland and their club sides." Former Rangers, West Brom, Albion, Rotherham United and Kilmarnock striker Williamson has been out of football management for 10 fucking years!
Do you know, I'm sure Tam McManus talks about Bobby Williamson when he does his after dinner speeches as well. But I mean, love Scotty Brown. Well, you know, who doesn't really love Ali McCoist and love Kevin Thompson?
Yeah, aye.
But I don't want Bobby Williamson as bloody manager of Scotland.
It's not April Fool's Day, is it? No, it's not.
Must have been rewound back in time.
Williamson, though, admits it is a big if as he puts himself forward as a possible Scotland head coach. They probably have wheels in motion and have identified candidates anyway, he added. I'm sorry, but if you've not been in a fucking job for 10 years, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's not really pushing Scotland forward. And it's great having those 3 coaches, but ultimately the manager's the one that's got the say in everything. So how much influence would they really have? Yeah, they'd be great to have around camp because, you know, their experience, what they've done for Scotland, and obviously their personalities, and it'd be great to have them around camp, but yeah, it depends the influence that they have on decisions, which would probably not be as much as we would want, especially when it's somebody like Bobby Williamson. Sorry, Bobby, if you ever happen to see this podcast. But yeah.
But the and were you okay through the week with the news?
Oh my God, I was so devastated. I thought I was going to need counselling. I'm going to have to move to Saudi.
Steve's right. I think Tracey will be upset. I mean, why would she be upset? Because we've not got Ange. I was like, no!
So whoever
Can't do
said that Ange was close to being the Scotland manager, I swear to God, I am going to hunt you down.
Bastards.
I know. Honestly, love Ange. Love him. In case nobody picked that up in last week's episode. But yeah, we love Ange. So we wish him all the luck at Al Nasser in Saudi.
100%.
I'm going to relocate. Wonder if they need any player care.
What did he play care? Like, wait now, so we're still on the hunt, obviously, for a Scotland manager. Let's take
Yes.
our time, lads. Let's take our fucking time and
Yeah.
think about this properly. Do you know?
Exactly.
Let's just fucking chill out. So let's jump onto transfers. Tracey, you're the dude. This is what you do. This is your job.
So Hibs have just signed a defensive midfielder, which I think we can all agree is we needed from last season. Because when Triantis left, don't feel we actually really covered that position, and I think we've asked players to play in that position where it's not their natural position, and sometimes they're having to do the role of two players. So we've got this new player's come from Leighton Orient. He came through the Jimmy Johnson Academy from Glasgow, and he's played with Celtic. And he's only 23, so I was going to say in his younger years, but he's still a pup. So, so yeah, quite excited to see how he does and how he fits in.
He's a under 21 Scotland player as well, isn't he?
Yeah, so it'd be quite nice to see him progress and hopefully one day get into the Scotland setup.
I know, that'd be good.
So yeah, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain came back. He's still with Celtic, so they've given him another year. There was some wild comments, as always. Oh, here we're signing a player who we've let the contract run down, sack the board, blah, 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 blah. But I think you get a player who has experience and you give him a pre-season, who knows where it can go. You know what I mean? So, and I noticed that Perry, his now wife, as he just got married, she had, when she was performing at Transmit, she had his Celtic top on. So was she teasing it?
I've seen that.
Yes. So
or trying to keep the half of the audience on her side.
Yeah. So Spurs seem to be signing a few players. But yeah, it's been quite quiet. So I don't know, with the World Cup being on, things are just slowly progressing. Because if you're wanting a top player that's still performing in the World Cup, it can be sometimes a little bit hard to get those negotiations going and things. And I think sometimes supporters don't really see the work that goes on behind the scenes. I think they think if you want a player, you go in, you put a bid in, and that's it. Not always the case.
Yeah.
The club have got to let him go. It's got to be the right offer for the club. It's also got to be the right thing for the player. So there's lots of different things. And sometimes a transfer can actually have been signed off, but until it's right for both clubs as well to announce it, then sometimes it can take a bit longer as well.
Last week.
Yeah.
So we're going to tap on that later on in the episode. Troops, we've got a wee interview with our Tracey, who is delightfully our sponsor. And if you want to know more about how it actually works from getting in contact, blah, 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 then stay tuned.
Yeah.
Have a listen.
And obviously it was easy for me to sponsor since I'm in it. So it was an easy pitch. I'm just on the latest transfer here just now in the last 15 minutes. So that's as of Sunday the 5th of July at 10:05. Celtic clinch boost over Tottenham raid after English club missed key signing deadline and attempts to land star. Conor Barron in Bologna transfer target as Rangers offered avenue to strike Lewis Ferguson deal.
Ex-SPFL CEO explains new Rangers relationship after Ibrox loan deal agreed.
Interesting.
In the last hour, Hib signing buzzing after transfer deal is 3, so no figure is key to securing latest summer recruit. We knew that. Ex-Swansea City star buzzing after transfer done deal. That's the same thing. Celtic handed clear path to $5 million goalkeeper move. Confirmed Irish champion Shamrock Rovers signed Celtic old boy, excuse my pronunciation, Afolabi.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's been happening in the last...
Don't know if that's right, the pronunciation, but I knew who you were talking about.
It's spelled that way. I have no glasses on, and I can't see with these contact
Well,
lenses.
I had to put mine on my head, Debs, because I felt the way my lighting was, I looked like I had the glasses with the tash attached. Not that I've got a tash, but that's how it looked with the lighting.
Is it the Mark? Is it the Marx Brothers you used to be called? It is. It's Afolabi. To me, that's Afolabi.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So that's fucking right.
Yeah.
We've got a wee thingy in the last 2 hours. Rangers signing once had baby label placed on him by Ibrox hero, not anymore. Let's fucking click on that. What?
I mean, Rangers are definitely bringing them in. So I think Celtic are going to really have to up their game this season.
Do you know what? I just clicked on that, right? And it just took me to an advert for air conditioning. What
Sadly, we don't have this heat wave.
Got it in my car. Right, that's all really that's kicking up, apart from the fixtures. Friday the 31st of July, Dundee United Rangers. And then the 1st of August, we have Falkirk against St Mirren, Share Cup kick-off. Same day. Oh, who's that?
Yep.
Where are you?
Season kicking off that weekend.
We've got Aberdeen at home with the Cunts and Gorgate. Then we have Sunday the 2nd of August at Johnston Kilmarnock, 2 o'clock kick-off. Same day as the boys in green. As your Hibs at home to Motherwell for 4:30 kick-off. I will be there. A Monday night for Celtic and Dundee.
Yeah.
A fucking Monday.
Yeah, because Rangers, do they not play Friday night, Friday 31st?
Friday, aye.
Yeah, it's because the Commonwealth Games are on, and it's a closing ceremony on the Sunday, so it means that the police they can't be in 2 places at once, so...
No enough police.
Yep. So, because people were all moaning about it, and you're like, well, it could have been avoided because everybody knew when the Commonwealth Games were going to be on, when it was closing, blah, blah, blah. So they could have sorted something, I'm sure.
Well,
but Friday and the Monday, yeah, it's the first game of the season. Do you really want to do Flag Day on a Monday night? Probably not, but it is what it is. And if it's your team and you can be there, you'll be there.
You'll be there, of course you will. I am actually looking forward, excited for this season, and I'm going to pay more of attention to it.
I know, but did you see there was Hibs fans moaning already on social media because we got beat 1-0 by Shamrock Rovers, and like seriously, it's pre-season, they're just back, it's all about fitness. We had quite a lot of young lads as well that were over, so it's been good experience for them too, being away with the lads and having that first team environment. And then we won 5-1 against Cliftonville, so it was good to see Cleege on the score sheet twice.
Oh, nice one.
Yes. I don't know if he's just looked serious all the time or if he's just not happy. So I wish he would smile a little bit more. So hopefully he gets a good chance this season, and hopefully the loan away has helped him.
We've got a resting bitch face.
Yeah,
we'll call it.
Yeah,
I know.
Probably got one of them every now and again.
I'm just bloody so-called fans, the keyboard warriors on that fucking Facebook. Honest to Christ, grow the fuck up.
Exactly.
Pre-season is all about fitness. Everybody knows that. Who gives a fuck if they go beat one? If they go beat fucking 20-0, it doesn't matter. As long as they've
I
got
know.
minutes in their legs. Do you know what I mean? And it's there all about. But it's don't get me started. Don't get me started, Tracey. That's all I'm saying.
Before we get back to the episode, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Player Care and Support Services. They are committed to supporting players, clubs, and organisations with professional care and tailored support both on and off the pitch. If you'd like to learn more about what they do, head over to www.pcss.ltd.
Well, welcome back, and we hope that you are enjoying our little episode today. We've had a bit of everything on it for the World Cup. And now we would like to, or I would like to introduce you to my best friend, and obviously co-host is our Tracey, who is our official sponsor. Woo! Tracey, go Tracey! Thank you so much, Tracey, for sponsoring this podcast. You know,
Easy decision.
Obs. I sponsor it. I think I get done with OnlyFans. So we thought, or I thought, that you listeners out there, viewers, whatever you are watching or listening to, that you would like an idea of who Tracey is, what PCSS is all about, how it became about, etc., etc. And I think in our very first episode, we did say that we would take people behind the scenes of the football side and what actually goes on behind the goals. That's a pub. So Tracey, welcome.
Thank
you
you
for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Debs.
You are so welcome. So welcome. You're free. It's all right. So Tracey, tell us what actually made you start PCSS.
Oh, well, obviously I had been doing player care previously. I have done it voluntary and I have also been paid for it, which was nice. So I just felt there was really a gap in the market, which is really why a lot of people start businesses. But obviously I love player care. I love working in football. I love helping people. So the fact that you get to bring a couple of passions together kind of made sense. So I just feel, especially in Scotland, there is not a lot of player care. And I think a lot of people look at player care as being just about mental health and well-being. And it's so much more than that. That's a very important part of it, but it is obviously a lot bigger than that. And there's a lot of clubs that don't have player care, or if you go down south, you've got to have player care in your academy because it's part of the regulations. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the first team are going to have it.
Right.
And I just find it strange that you invest all that money into players. So why would you not help them and their families become settled? Because if a player's settled and the family's settled, then obviously that helps performance. And then it means that in a business sense, you get a good return on investment.
So was there an actual moment that you thought, right, football needs this? This is what's needed. So was there a problem that you had to try and solve one day and you just thought, no, this needs to be, football needs this?
Well, I wasn't in a job at the time. So I was, and I think as well, when you're a female in football, it can sometimes be a little bit harder. Plus, football is very much about trust and relationships. So, you know, sometimes it's about who you know in football, not what you know sometimes. So I was looking at what I wanted to do next, but as a woman of a certain age also, it can then become a bit tough. And I think if you see the job market as a whole, it's not the best place for anybody over the last few years. You know, people don't even bother getting back to you. It's a crazy world. And I do feel for younger people, because I know a lot of younger kids like even my daughter, my niece, applying for every job under the sun, whether it be a summer job or whatever, and just nobody bothers getting back to you.
Yeah.
And it can be really disheartening.
I've been in that.
Yeah. So it was kind of like, well, what can I do? What am I good at? What do I love? Player care, love football. And I took time to just kind of look at what was out there, what was needed, and then decided to start up on one.
So, what's the biggest misconception about player care?
Probably that it's just about mental health and well-being, and probably the other one is that it's basically a luxury. Because I think a lot of people feel that you're just pampering players and the rest of it, but it's so much more than that. It's not about doing things for players so they can't do things for themselves. You know, if you get somebody who doesn't know how to do something, well, show them how to do something. So that the next time they can do it themselves. Or, you know, and it's all about, especially players that are coming into the UK, that's just not easy. And it's a very it can be different cultures, and just try to give them a little bit of home as well. So obviously, as I said before, if a player feels settled, if their family feels settled, then that helps with performance. As Graham Matthew always used to say to me, a happy player off the pitch is a happy player on the pitch.
Well, I tidy house, tidy mind, all of that. So take us through a typical day. So say, for instance, one of your clients is, if nobody knows, one of your clients is London Lionesses football.
London City Lionesses?
Sorry, London City Lionesses. I knew it was something to do with that. So take us through. So say, for instance, is it a matter of the manager or CEO, whoever it is, are saying, right, I'm bringing in this player. So take us through like a typical scenario. If say we had, say a player was coming from Lithuania, that is just off the cuff. Anyway, it could be anywhere in the world, but just say, for instance, they're coming from abroad. So what would kind of be the steps to get them onto the pitch to play, or even into the first week of training?
Well, ideally, and it doesn't happen at every club, but you should be in touch with the player, and if they've got a family, or that might be their agent, you want a call before they're going to come over,
right?
Because you then get to meet them, you learn a little bit about them, learn, you know, what kind of makes them tick. You kind of build a profile. What's going to be their requirements? Are they coming on their own? Do they have a pet? Do they have a car to bring? You know, it's all this kind of stuff, like all this stuff that's going to make them settle. Obviously, they're going to need a bank account. And without a bank account, you can't have your car, you can't have your apartment. So it's all those things that you've got to put in motion as well before they get here. But obviously, they've got to have a visa as well before you can do any of that stuff. So, and all clubs are very different. You know, I've done visa applications before. Some clubs, they've got lawyers that'll do it, or they might have a dedicated person to do it. So it's all about building up that profile and getting to know the player. So see, when you go, if you're the person that's going to pick them up for the airport, or train station or wherever, they know, they've seen you. So they've kind of met you. Okay, it might be online, but they know who you are, and it makes it a little bit easier at the airport as well, rather than saying, oh, I'm wearing a green jacket, or you know what I mean? I'll be holding a flower in a newspaper. So it does kind of help. One time, actually, I got to meet a player and their agents before we actually agreed to sign. So when I met him and his agent at the airport, so much easier, because we'd all had that time together. It just makes life so much easier. And it makes the player comfortable, most of all. So sometimes they might bring family members over, or a partner, so you've got their kind of signing day. So you want to have a welcome day as such. So you're bringing them over, getting them picked up at the airport, you and possibly a driver. They might have a medical to go to, which might be off-site, might be on-site, just depends on how teams operate. And then obviously they're going to have all their media stuff to do. as well, so that they can then introduce, and it's then getting them to know a little bit about the area, helping their family. You know, it might be the first time they've left home, so it's reassuring mum or dad that we're going to look after them and that they're going to be okay. You know, then help them get settled in at their hotel or Airbnb accommodation, because majority of the time you're not going to have an apartment for them unless it's a club apartment.
Can this happen, like sometimes does this happen like overnight? So you have to be kind of ready for players coming in, or do you kind of get like, all right, in a month's time, I know this person's going to come to the club, or I know this is happening or that? Or is it kind of a mix that you've got? Sometimes you get, because I know that with Patsy Sweet and obviously being your friend, like we've not ran about that, but we've ran about trying to find apartments and cleaners and God knows what else, because it's been an overnight, this player's coming.
Yeah.
I take it you prefer a little bit of notice first. So
it's good if you get a little bit of time, and there's maybe like at least a couple of days before they're going to be arriving. But sometimes it can happen in an instance. You know, sometimes, as we said before, you know, conversations can happen over a long period of time between clubs and the player and the agents and the other clubs and whatnot. So, you know, it can sometimes be a long conversation, and then all of a sudden it's happening, and oh my God, transfer deadline windows closing, so we need to get that player here. So it can all be a mad rush. I've even had, can you go and pick such and such up for the airport, and I've had to Google so that I know what they look like. Or I've had to nip home and change my gear because, oh my God, I can't be seen at the airport picking somebody up.
That's true.
So it's all that kind of thing that you've got to think of. But the most important thing is just making them feel welcomed, making their families feel welcomed, whether that be mum, dad, partner, you know, if they've got a family, even the dog, making the dog feel welcome.
Oh, the wee puppy dog. So without naming names, no names, what's the most memorable situation that you've helped a player do or seen them through?
I've had somebody lose a parent. In fact, I've had a couple of players that have lost a parent. One obviously happened when I wasn't really involved as such, but one, and they'd lost their dad. I just lost my dad actually around about the same time. So we were able to kind of connect over that. Also, they were new to the UK as well, so they were still trying to get everything in place. So it's just making sure that when they're away back home to sort out all the funeral, etc., then I'm kind of here making sure that everything's ready for them coming back, and we can try and get settled as soon as possible. So,
what do you excuse me? What do you think the biggest challenges that players face that the fans maybe don't see?
Sometimes it's just settling in to a different culture, you know, so it's just about trying to get that little bit home. You know, if you've got an African player, for example, most cities will have African stores, so they can go and they can still buy their food. Especially Scandinavian, there's normally quite a few Scandinavian shops as well, and it's just giving them that little bit of home, because it can be just a bit overwhelming. So they have to settle. If a partner doesn't settle as well, that can be, you know, quite overwhelming for the player, because they just want their partner to settle. So, and sometimes that can mean a move away because, you know, the partner isn't settling, so they have to then move away as well. So it can have a big effect on their career. And it's not because anybody's done anything wrong, but sometimes we just don't feel like we fit in certain places.
So it is really, really important to support the families as well as the player, isn't it?
Oh, completely. Yeah. I mean, that's just not a luxury or an add-on for me. That's just so important. And I think players, you know, wives, partners, and family have to feel like they're being supported as well, because it's so important. Because see, at the end of the day, that's who the player goes home to. they're making sacrifices as much as the player is. If a player gets injured, they could be going home feeling really low, and then that has an effect on the household. So yeah, I think it's so important that we support the people that are supporting the player.
What's the biggest compliment you've received?
Actually, somebody just said to me the other month, "Oh no, we need you. Otherwise, it's like losing your right arm." And I was just like, "Oh God, that's just so nice." And then I got a nice little testimonial for Jack Bryden. Obviously, him and Muzz were always a pairing. And he gave me such a nice testimonial and just said that I'm always somebody that he can go to for personal or football. And he says, and I know a few lads have said the same, and that's the biggest compliment I can give. And I was like, oh, bless. And see, when it comes to a young person as well, that's quite nice.
You didn't expect that.
I've had parents as well, because it's like the first time their kids have moved away, and they've thanked me for helping, and they feel comfortable knowing that there's somebody there looking after. But probably being a parent myself, I always think if it was one of my kids, I would want somebody. It's like when you're looking for an apartment, that's a really shit area, you're not living there. Because I wouldn't let my own child live there. So
it must be harder though if you're having to deal with, because you do obviously have a few clients doing after the border. It must be harder to try and figure out what areas. I mean, you must do a lot of Googling maps and Googling what the areas are like to find things that aren't in Scotland, because obviously we've got all this on our doorstep. We know that certain areas you wouldn't put somebody in and stuff like that. So it must be really hard for you to work in the England side.
Well, it's actually not too bad, because you've always got contacts, and probably the good thing about London City is that you've got areas like your Sevenoaks, Tunbridge and all that. And when I was younger, and we lived in Colchester for a couple of years, my stepdad's mum, she lived in a little village called Halstead in Kent.
All right.
And obviously London City's in Kent. So I used to go to Sevenoaks, I used to go to Tunbridge. So it's been, and I had really happy memories of that. So it's been quite nice revisiting these areas as well. Because some of them were going like, how do you know your way about? Well, one, Google Maps, just in case.
We'll have a Google Map.
But yeah, it's just been really nice actually, kind of reliving a bit of my childhood through it as well.
Have you a proudest moment yet? Because you've obviously got a long way.
I suppose things when you look like at John McGinn. Obviously, we both worked with John, and when you see how far he's come and how people talk about him as well. So yeah, I suppose that's probably the biggest one. But yeah, you get lots of proud moments. I think when you see, I suppose even the likes of Ryan Porteous, we've watched him come through the academy. You know, and he's had his time playing for Scotland, and then he moves down south. Now he's over in America and absolutely loving it. So yeah, you feel like a proud mum sometimes.
So business-wise, what was the hardest? Excuse me, speech work, but I'm really sorry. What was the hardest part of launching PCSS?
I think probably at the beginning, I was probably like, oh my God, should I post this? Is anybody going to take me serious or whatever? So yeah, just, I think as well, it was that kind of female thing. Now I'm kind of like, well, I'm going into my third year of business now. So the first 2 years are always tough anyway for any business. Because you're just trying to get established and whatnot. So, so that was always quite tough, just like any business owner would go through. Obviously, football's such a tough industry, but it's been good. You know, I've had like support from women in football. I'm doing their small business program as well, which has been fantastic, and I've met some fantastic women that are in the industry as well. So yeah, no, it's just, I think you realize sometimes you think people are going to judge you. And it's that kind of fear of being judged, when in actual fact, you actually don't know who's watching you. And I got recommended to London City actually by someone who would be classed as a competitor. So it just goes to show that we can clap for each other, we can support each other, because there is room for us all, because at the end of the day, we all just want the best within that industry.
So is that how you basically got your first client then, was basically word of mouth? Because they knew that they see, that's word of mouth is. It really is. And I know this is not today with your business, but in my business, we've never had to advertise. We've never had to do it. It's all been word of mouth. And even my brother's a stonemason, like a proper old school stonemason, and he's exactly the same. I mean, he's booked right up until the end of next year.
Yeah, John's the same.
The only thing Ian's done.
Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to build him a website, but see, to be honest, it's difficult for him to take extra work on. So
Ian, the only thing that Ian's done is got his van sign written. That's it. Yeah. That's it. And I think at the very, God knows how many, ID Stoneworks, if you need your stone done, but you're wait a year.
Jai Builders, if you need a builder.
There you go.
Brick at your trades.
Ian done, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but if anybody goes to the rugby at Murrayfield, there's a huge carved out stone plaque statue thing. Ian made that. And I think that was one of his first. He's very artistic, my brother. Don't know why. But yeah, Ian's claim to fame is that, and then it just basically took off from there, which is amazing. Sorry, I'm
That's all right. We love hearing about you.
If there is any advice that you would give to someone starting a business in football, any advice? Didn't forget it.
Oh, it's just the best job ever. I would say build a network, because, as I say, sometimes it's who you know, because it is a circle where you've got to be trusted. You know, they've got to have that trust there, because it takes a lot for clubs to invite outside people in. It takes a lot for players, especially in my role, because I'm dealing with everything that's on their personal side. So it's a huge privilege to then be invited into their world, and help them with all their personal stuff, and be part of that journey with them, and with their family as well. So I would just say a network is huge in football.
So do you see where do you see, I should say, player care in football in, say, 5 years? Where do we fit in there? Do you think all clubs will have some sort of player care, hopefully led by yourself?
Yeah, I would. Well, hopefully, I would like to see it everywhere, because it's so important. I think some people see it as a luxury, not an investment. So I think it's trying to change that mindset as well. It's not just an easy fix. It's not going to happen overnight, but clubs are trying, and sometimes it can be down to budget as well. So, and we all know that you've got your top end of football, and there's the bottom end where, you know, you've sometimes got players who are doing jobs as well as then coming to play a game, and that can be non-league, it could be the women's game as well. And obviously, I've been following the inquest for Maddie Cusack, who was a Sunderland player. She sadly took her own life.
Yeah.
And Nina Wilson, the goalkeeper, had actually said that she feels that player care should be in every WSL2 club. Well, it should be right throughout the women's game, you know. So I think we have to look at how do we get that in there? What can the governing bodies do to help this? Because down south, obviously, they've put it in place for the academy. So why can't we have it everywhere else? Why can't it be something? It's like even insurance for a player. If they get an injury or whatever, make sure that's covered. Why isn't that part of a club's licensing? You know, that they have that in place for every player. So it's just crazy. I was having a chat with an agent recently about that, and obviously trying to collaborate and do things to kind of help that. But it's so important, because we see so many GoFundMe pages coming up because a club's not, their contracts expire, so the club's not going to help them. And or whatever. And in the WSL with the FA, they have put it in place that, you know, if a player's come, you know, they've been injured before the contract's expired, then the club should consistently continue to help them through their rehab.
Yeah.
So that's a good step ahead as well, in that case. So, and that's why I'm going to be launching PCSS Collective.
I was just about to say, what is what's next for PCSS? What's in the agenda?
It's a player care hub, basically. So people that maybe don't have access to player care or some resources, there's going to be a hub for clubs, players, wives and partners, parents, head coaches and managers, because they're important as well. You know, who's helping them and their families settle when they move about quite a lot. And one for agents as well. So there's going to be areas where they can all chat together as well and help each other. But there'll also be resources in there with links to businesses or people that can help them with other matters.
Other matters, yeah. If there was one thing that a club could change tomorrow, what would it be?
Probably the biggest bear bug for me at the moment is offboarding. So when a player leaves, I tend to get a lot of people coming to me because they don't have anybody that's helping them with when they leave the club. It's kind of like, yeah,
see you later.
That's you done, away you go kind of thing. And the offboarding for me is so much more important than when you're welcoming somebody in, because you've got lots of people that are doing that. There's lots of people that can welcome this player, and plus you then have that player over a certain period of time to help them. But when somebody's leaving, you don't want them leaving and saying, actually, that club treated me so badly at the end. You want them to say, do you know, maybe the football didn't work out for me, but do you know what? That club really looked out for me and my family. Yeah. So for me, that's so important, because players talk, agents talk, and it's so important that they leave with a good feeling.
Sounds like the acting industry.
Yeah.
You know, if you've had a bad experience of working with, say, a director or a production company or whatever, and that job finishes, you know in your head, if something else comes up with that production company or whatever, I'm just not going to do it because they've not treated me or helped me, rather.
Exactly.
Helped me get in it. Well, Tracey, that was a lovely wee insight to your business, isn't it? If anybody wants to get in touch, the link's in the description, or as your advert says, get on their website. But we do, it's tradition, Tracey, after an interview, I have to give you a little quick fire questionnaire. Oh, no. So, calm yourself. Are you ready?
Go for it, Deborah.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Early kickoff or an evening game?
Evening.
The best football grounds you visited?
Easter Road.
One football myth you'd love to bust?
Or just do player care is not a luxury.
Love it. If you could work with any club in the whole wide world, what club would it be and why?
Ooh. Maybe Celtic, just to work with Martin O'Neill.
Right. And the last thing, describe PCSS in 3 words.
Humanity.
Nice.
Care.
Nice.
Support.
Love it. Love it, Tracey. Thank you very much for giving us an insight there. As we said before, shove it.
Give me a call, Ange.
You're too fucking late, he's off. The link is in the description, as we say. Otherwise, listen to our little wee advert. But yeah, I think that was a nice wee episode of Insight from Everything. obviously, the leagues haven't started. We're in this limbo. Yes, there's football going on, but we don't give a fuck because it's not about Scotland anymore. But we still obviously, I mean, it's still exciting. If you know what I mean? It's still a great thing happening. So, yeah, we're getting there to the leagues, and then, as we say, the league will kick off and we'll have some exciting people. But we do have, and we keep saying this, but we do have guests to come on.
Yes.
And we are working around people's schedules, etc., etc.
So you had to make do with me today, because I was going to be here anyway, so it was easy.
I'm not that interested to get interviewed.
You're a very interesting person, Debs.
No.
You're a riot, actually.
I get a fucking jail again. I've not been in the jail. Well, I have. I used to work there. Yes. So, is that about us then, Trace?
That's us. So we will be recording next week, but the following week we will be taking a week off because Deborah's on her holidays. She did offer to record while she was on holiday, but I don't think I could cope with her being beside a pool.
I'll send you a photo, Tracy.
Plus, I will probably be driving back up from down south as well, so it probably has worked out well. And then we will be back. Obviously, we'll miss the final of the World Cup, but we can talk about that when we come back. And then we can then talk about the first games that are going to be here in Scotland, because obviously the league is going to be kicking off with Rangers on the 31st of July. Yep. So exciting times. It's great that the season's starting again, because I don't know about anyone else, but if the World Cup hadn't been on, I would not have a clue what was going to be doing with my time.
It is so boring through the close season.
Oh, completely.
It's utter shite.
I know obviously it's great for the players because they can have a rest if they're not involved in the World Cup, and a little bit of family time. But for us, we've got nothing to watch.
Fuck all to watch. I'm not watching fucking Wimbledon anyway.
Deciding on a Saturday night whether I can watch sports scene or not.
Oh, it's great! Great, I love the highlights. So yes, please like, share, comment, hit the bell, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It costs fuck all. Even if it's shite and you don't like it. Just help us out there. And we know we're having to build up again because we took that massive break. But guys, we have to work for a living, you know.
Exactly.
So yes, thank you again to everybody who's made it this far. If you have made this far and you're listening on YouTube, send us a thumbs up emoji so we know that you've been listening. And if you done it, we'll hunt you down.
And if you're Postacoglu, give us a phone.
Phone Tracey. Phone Tracey.
I will come to Saudi for player care.
I'll come too to cook.
This is my assistant. And obviously we'll need to bring the creative operations manager, Megan.
Meg will need to come as well, unfortunately.
She's already hugged Ange before.
Oh, she loves him.
She did ask him if she could hug him, and then she started crying once she hugged him.
And again, a massive thank you to our Meg for editing this amazing episode.
Thanks, Meg.
You won't have heard the kerfuffle that's been going on. You've only heard the edited bit. We should start a Bluetooth. We'll do Patreon Bluetooth. No Bluetooth. What is it? Bloopers.
Yeah, do bloopers.
And by the way, I wonder if you've noticed, I never swore this episode.
You actually did once or twice. No, but not a lot. No, you've been quite good today, actually, Debs. I don't think I swore.
I don't think you did. Well, we need to fucking stop that. Jesus Christ, you cunt.
So then you just made up in that short space of time. But thanks for listening.